going to tell them to go ahead, and we're going to switch over to the draft screen. Now, I know I left the names up here, and those are not actually accurate because the bans have not been done. So let's remove those guys, and let's fix the map as we are going to be playing on Dragonshire. Or Durgan.
Dargan.
D-E-R?
Dargan. Darganshire. Yeah, okay, there you go.
Darganshire. Very good. So Darganshire.
Someone's going to tune in and like, what? How does this guy not know how to spell? Okay. Yeah, Jake has a history of spelling all the team names very properly.
I guess that's a thing here now. Cloud9 Maelstrom.
Strum the guitar.
We'll be playing against Symbiote on Darganshire, and the bans are going to be going underway in just a second. The first band coming out of Cloud9 is actually going to be Vala.
Yeah, that's one you don't see too often. Vala is just like a steady pick, it seems like.
She's great.
She's picked early, but never the one to really turn fights by herself. You see the straves every now and then that really do a ton of damage, but there's always options on the other team to deal with that.
Vala, Tychus, and then Falstad, and they've responded with Arthas, Nazeebo. So the three big ranged assassins picked up, and immediately SMG's going for Nazeebo. Now, this was orchestrated beautifully because Cloud9 knew what they were doing. They knew they were forcing Nazeebo on Symbiote, and they're the guys that brought Nazeebo to fruition. They really brought Nazeebo as a common thing, and they're saying, look, we're going to force you to grab Nazeebo because it's the last option left here, and then they probably have some kind of counterplay. I guarantee you they have something planned. And
they just grabbed Uther, so that's one of the support classes that's good versus you can argue that Brightwing is also very good, but he sprinted. Uther is quite good to deal with that. He has the Hammer of Justice and he has the Heroic on the Divine Storm. So that's an option, but I wouldn't leave that to be your only way to deal with Ravenous Spirit. So they're going to have to pick up something else. Be curious to see what it is. It could be Stitches with the Slam, Pulverize, or we could see Muradin grabbed. There's a lot of options still for Cloud9 to deal with Nazeebo. And like you said, they gave Nazeebo to him. They almost gifted it to him. They said, so they've got to have something up their sleeve to deal with this.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely assume as much. And so we're seeing Falstad, Uther, Tassadar, I mean, just really solid picks. All three really high-tier heroes. But on the other half, it's currently just Nazeebo, Arthas. What do you think they should go with here?
For SMG?
Yeah.
Let's see. Arthas, Nazeebo. I mean, they have the option to leave their support until the end. They know they can get away with waiting and just grabbing Malfurion at the very end. So they don't need to work. I think they need to work on securing a little bit more damage. They could also go Chen, too. We've seen that the Arthas-Chen combo is very, very good for protecting Nazeebo. You have the Panda Pals that go up. That blocks out a lot of people. It body blocks them. And then you have the slow from Arthas. And they go with Stitches Kerrigan. Okay, so the Stitches pick, I like that. That's a denial play. It's a denial so that you can't get the hooks, you can't get the slam, the pulverize to deal with Nazeebo. So I'm okay with that. But that is two tanks now. And we usually don't see Arthas and Stitches together on the same team.
This is weird.
And they also denied Kerrigan, too. We didn't even get a chance to talk about that yet. Kerrigan has a ton of pulls. She has pull, she has spike, rewind, pull, spike.
That makes a lot of sense.
So those are both denial plays.
Honestly, in all the times we've seen Stitches hasn't really seemed that scary of an option against Nazeebo.
It's true.
Like it seems like it should be a counterplay, but Nazebos have been very good at spacing themselves between other allies, between minions, to make sure they're not vulnerable to the hook. And where they're vulnerable to the hook, they throw their own wall around them to pretty much prevent it from being an option. Now, Muradin is really coming off as like that next thing, because picking out Kerrigan, like you said, that's big. But Brightwing isn't really what they want either. They already have Uther, Tassadar. Brightwing, they need damage. They absolutely need a tank in the front line, and they need damage. So this was really smart by SMG because Brightwing is just like they're waiting for them. Like she's just going to be a pick that's just as their final pick. I'm pretty much guarantee you it's Brightwing. Mouth doesn't really make as much sense. Brightwing makes way more sense. And Chen and Muradin.
Okay, so they're feeling very confident with their Muradin play. They feel as though they know how to deal with Nazeebo, with Muradin. So we've seen Muradin have some success today, not like overwhelmingly shutting down Nazeebo, because he does have to overextend quite a bit to deal with him. So if you have Dwarf Toss, throw the hammer out, rewind, Dwarf Toss back, that can get him out of some sticky situations, but you're spending a lot of his kit just trying to deal with Nazeebo's Ravenous Spirit. It's an option that works. I thought they'd have something a little bit weirder as a solution, but maybe it was stolen by SMG. Maybe their plan was to use Kerrigan. I'm not sure.
They did go with Mouth. Okay,
Yep.
I didn't really think Mouth being the ideal option, but Root still pairs really well, especially with Stitches and Kerrigan.
Yeah.
So you get the pull-ins, you get that lockdown, you throw them in the Root. Okay. So all right, well, I think we're ready. I think the players are ready. I like these drafts. I like both of them. I think it was very smart on both sides. We saw mind games coming out of both teams. Like, no, we're going to force you to get to Nazebo. And they're like, all right, good. We know how to work with Nazebo now. And it looks like we get the ready from SMG. Is the ready here for Cloud9?
We're hanging in suspense. 10 out of 10 players are ready. I'll assume that they're ready to go. I'll give us another couple seconds.
I'm going to type.
Oh, Jake's getting in there.
C9, question mark. So many letters.
3. Ready. Okay, they're good to go. We are going to start this game.
That was a mind game. There was only one letter and a number and a symbol.
I have no words.
You got
Chat, please don't condone these these terrible jokes and behaviors.
The long days of
Solid Jack Egg.
Solid Jack Egg, indeed. Guys, Dargonshire is going to be our map for game number 3 of the Kings of Storm 4 Grand Finals between Symbiote and Glorious. Once again, both times the teams have both been to the same tournament. They have been in the Grand Finals together.
Yeah, we actually haven't talked about this too much, but this is match point for C9. They win this game, they're done. They win.
I don't want to talk about that because I want more awesome games.
Yeah, that's a very good point. That last game was really, really nice. So that said, let's introduce the teams for Cloud9 Maelstrom. The returning champs, we have Dunk Train on Tassadar, Biceps on Falstad, Kenma will be playing Uther, King Caffeine on Muradin, and Suna will be playing Chen.
You know, you refer to them as the returning champs, but Symbiote has won more Kings of the Storms than anyone else, so these guys are both champions.
Hey, wait a minute. They won the one that they showed up to.
They're still champs.
They're the undefeated champs. I'm sorry, they are the undefeated champs.
All right. Well, Dreadnought playing as Arthas, Mad Furion on Mad...
He gotcha!
Arthlon on Kerrigan. Stitch is being played by Soldier and Nazebo.
Oh!
Wrong person. There it is. With the matching skin and the green money pig with its eyes closed. It is sleepy.
Yeah. Long day. Long day of carrying around these heavy heroes.
Look at this.
That's
synergy.
some of the best matching I've ever seen. Look at that candy-coated, that caramel-coated apple on his back. Oh, I'm so hungry right now.
It's making me hungry. Yeah, it's been a long cast. Well, guys, we see that both teams just kind of posturing across the map. We have a lot of aggression here available with Symbiotes, Arthlon and the Dreadnought on Arthas and the Arthlon on Kerrigan pair.
And the Arthlon on Kerrigan.
Oh no!
Nice. Okay, so we do see a bit of pressure coming out of C9 here on the bottom lane. They are going to be poking. This is going to be the lane that they're going to well represent with their 3 heroes. Soldier on Stitches here. Actually, I should bring this up. I noticed while they were readying up, while they were doing the drafting, originally Soldier was going to be playing Arthas this game, and then they swapped in the middle of it. Oh,
the wall goes down, and the nice Howling Blast to make sure they don't get killed. I mean, 3v2, that was a scary scenario, but Dreadnought is going to be able to heal up here. Bicep's going to be capping this bottom shrine, but Arthas, or Arthlon,
there we go.
is going to be just scouting it out, and the hook, of course, available for Soldier.
Okay, so yeah, like I said, we have very, very solid control of this bottom shrine here for C9, and respectively on the top shrine we have Arthas and Malfurion holding down that top lane. So it's going to be a bit of a passive game here. Each team is going to just make sure that they have control of their respective shrines, and it's going to be difficult. We're going to have to see some rotations out of each team to try to get control of the shrine that they don't have.
Well, Biceps is just making sure his mouse works, spinning around like a beautiful ballerina. The hook goes out, but actually a kill on Chen. We missed it here, and that's a nice pickup for Symbiote Gaming, getting that first kill in the top lane with this rotation from Zagara and Arthas. Now, both of them do, in fact, have Envenom as we look at the talents here. And again, that worked out for him last game. Why not do it again?
Sure. Yeah, so like you said, we do have that double Envenom. Soldier on Stitches has opted to go with the auto attacks drop down, but Kenma is out of position.
The spiders, the toads. Oh my god.
Wow,
and
that was quite the pull from Arthlon.
Well, and Zuna doesn't want to be here at all either. I mean, the hook goes out looking for caffeine, but Zuna is taking so much damage, and he falls, but Kerrigan dies for it as well.
Still, though, what a dominating position the SMG is showing here. They are very, very aggressive this early game. They're catching people out of position. Yeah.
They found their stride with this aggressive composition. This is how SMG used to play. You know, originally we saw a lot of Kerrigan Arthurs out of both them and Glorious. Then we saw a lot of Bloodlust play out of SMG. And lately they've been rotating through a lot of different styles. They're a very well-rounded team with a lot of different capabilities, and they're actually just trying to get this shrine away. But Nazebo is there to deny the Dragon Knight, so it's not super, super critical. With Soldier here, though, Caffeine's going to be taking a lot of damage really quickly.
Double Envenom doesn't appear to be enough. That's getting him really low. Biceps coming in to just help out a little bit. That hook would have been critical into killing King Caffeine there. Not going to happen. Okay, so we see the shrine sort of getting traded out here. Not a lot of action has happened so far, aside from these very aggressive plays from SMG, but no Dragon Knights have been taken yet.
No Dargans indeed. Now Arthlon going here on Zuna, trying to get some damage, and he does get the Primal Grasp. The wall is there. No! He flying kicks on one of the zombies, but it doesn't give him the trajectory he wants. He wanted to go towards
yeah, I think he grabbed one that was a little bit more tangential to his, like, the path that he wanted to go, and he wanted to hop over to get to the other side of that wall. Just didn't end up panning out. He basically face planted into the wall on his side. Got killed for it. Yeah.
Not a parkour master today. Kedma is going to be taking a lot of damage here. Throws down his protective shield to try to live.
Wow.
Actually, we have a death there, but 2 in favor of 1. A nice trade for SMG, but Soldier actually taking a lot of damage.
This is so different than we're used to seeing on Dragon Shine. This has been so aggressive this time. No one's taken a Knight yet, but
my goodness, Caffeine gets hooked in, and he's into these. I mean, he's fighting 2v1 tank battles here. Actually, Cloud9 actually gets the Dragon. Didn't expect that.
Not what I was expecting here. They are going to be giving up a kill here on King Caffeine. That Death Coil there was making sure of that. And with a bunch of their heroes down and or just respawning, how much are they actually going to get done here? They were able to take this one tower.
Look at the damage already. It's already at half health. Right. I mean, just standing with Nazebo and towers is just getting obliterated.
That's what I was saying before. You want to make sure that you're pushing with your creeps. You want the creeps to be soaking up those tower shots because, yeah, he was able to kill these 2 towers here, but he's down to about 10% HP.
Yeah.
Not much of an advantage for having taken the Dragon Knight.
Well, Zuna rotates down to the bottom lane. We see Dread considering going around the back line, but no, option to go straight on in. He throws on the Howling Blast and he's just going to burn through this Dragon Knight as quickly as he can. Hook goes out. Yep. No dice there, but we have a big rotation coming straight down the middle, and Caffeine is here to zone for him.
Yep, so yeah, looks like Zuna's going to be backing up on the Dragon Knight here, very wisely so. Very little health.
Level 10 has been acquired.
Level 10. Yep. Really quick before that, I just wanted to mention that Kenma did grab Cleanse, and I can absolutely understand that. We have the Pole and Root from Kerrigan. We have the Roots, the hooks, everything. There's just so many reasons to take Cleanse. And I think it's going to be a really, really important thing to watch for. So if you see someone get rooted and they just walk away, that's why. Just keep watching out for that Cleanse. So that said, we can jump into the level 10 talents. C9 just hit level 10. We'll talk about SMGs first. Army of the Dead, Tranquility, Maelstrom, Gorge, and Ravenous Spirit. Those are all pretty standard picks. The only one that might have been up for contention would be Gorge over Future Bile, but I can understand taking Gorge on this map.
Oh, the hook goes out, but gets nothing. Kenma looking for the stun on Soldier, but he will not find it. The Giant falls here, and we have the rotation coming down to the bottom lane. Both Malfurion and Kerrigan are here with Stitches, so if there's a hook, you have roots, poles, stuns.
There it is.
Everything you're talking about
Gorge.
here. The Gorge.
As soon as he gets out,
pretty much
put him into
death. Spin him on my lawn. Kind of a weird positioning for the lawn. The lawn should have been a little bit further back, in my opinion, but it still worked out.
They got it to work out. And they had so many options that they could put him out onto the lawn. Kerrigan could have timed the Impaling Blades to come up, so just he was dead.
Yeah.
Was, and you saw Cloud9 just back up.
They're just like, well,
hands off. Guy. Hands off. All right, so we got a little bit of time. Let's talk about the heroics that Cloud9 opted to go with. Tassadar is taking the Archon. Of course, we're going to see Shock and Awe, Divine Storm, Avatar coming out of Muradin, and Panda Pals. All of those are very, very standard picks.
Nothing weird coming out here. I mean, just standard play. Now, they're down just about a level here. Symbiote having that level advantage. Those Knights doing work on that tower, getting more XP. A nice Divine Storm followed by Shock and Awe. Every single heroic going down Maelstrom. Twilight Dream, but Kerrigan cannot sustain through that much damage. Gets torn apart pretty quickly here. Panda Pal still available for Zuna.
The body blocks.
Timmy gets body blocked hard from the Dwarf toss and King Caffeine body blocking him. And you know what? It's just the tanks remaining in Nazebo. Nazebo obviously not present for that fight, soaking the lanes here, and just 1v5. It just didn't work out for them.
Yeah, I mean that's to be expected, but they maintain their soaking advantage that they have up top. They are going to have that top shrine, so no Dragon Knight will be taken, even though that was a 2-for-0 advantage for C9 in that fight. They're going to have to find some presence bottom lane to make sure that they don't cap the shrine, because Dunk Train is in position to cap this Dragon Knight if they are allowed to. and I don't see any way for them to be able to contest that. And we will see the second Dragon Knight of the game going to C9 once again. Hopefully they can get a little bit more done with this one. Last one was just got the 2 towers.
Now looking at the heroics, just about everything has been used at this point in time. We see Panda Pals used almost immediately, and the hook goes out getting absolutely nothing. Soldier dishing a decent amount of damage out as Stitches, but honestly, right now they need to find that big hook. They need that Ravenous Spirit, and Nazebo just isn't there.
Yeah. He's going to have to rotate down. We do see him rotating out, and he does have this wall. And look where King Caffeine is. He's waiting. It's like, where's Nazebo going to be hiding to throw down his Ravenous Spirit? He's already in position to deal with that. So really, really nice play from King Caffeine there, just to zone out KO. We haven't seen any Ravenous Spirits yet that have done.
Yep.
I don't even know if he's casted it yet.
He hasn't been there.
Yeah, he hasn't been there for the fight, or just hasn't been in position. So.
And, you know, this Dragon Knight doing a lot of damage, but taking a lot in return. The spell's being cast here, but on our Kerrigan player as she goes flying in ragdoll position. And Dreadnought is really far forward, but he does, in fact, should have army? Maybe not.
He does have army available. He didn't cast it at all.
He got stun locked and a big shock and all. Doing a lot to Matt Timmy and Arthalon, and that's going to force them
they're going to have to
back
up here. So they didn't get a lot done with that Dragon Knight. Got about half the damage down on this middle fort here. That said, they did get the kill on the Arthas player, so they might be able to posture to push out this bottom lane. It looks as though they're backing up just to take their Giants and take the safe route.
Yeah, Giants will be traded here as each team picks up, well, actually, no, that was the Giants being cleaned up, and the Giants being taken here for Cloud9. Looking for the hook on Kenma, but a nice juke as it just goes up a little bit, and it is 4v3 in the bottom lane. The Zepo's making her way down, but once again, not really in position. Ravenous Spirit will be used, but win. There it is. Soldier taking a lot of damage. She's going to fall here. Ravenous Spirit is getting a lot of damage as well, but he needs to turn around. And King Caffeine super low. Kubi is having a nice game.
There was something very amusing, but continue.
Well, as we continue, and the suspense is killing me, Panda Pals is used. Now, of course, Matt Timmy with Tranquility is able to heal up his team pretty much to full, but it's still 4v5, even though Chen is quite low.
Okay, so that was a pretty nice positioning there from the Nazebo. Of course, Stitches did go down, so that they were sort of just posturing, trying to get out of that team fight with the advantage. They did manage to do so, and once again, Dreadnought is a little bit out of position here.
Yeah.
He does have army that he just popped it. No, he just used it in that last fight, excuse me. So no way he's getting out of this one. Sorry, Dreadnought, but today's not your day. And yeah, there he goes. So SMG has promptly backed up. They didn't bother to chase that. They knew he was way too far out of position. They're going to just take their knights and rotate down.
It's been happening quite a bit today. Dread just kind of getting picked off, like, for nothing. Not so much in the last few games, but it's uncommon for him.
Yeah, and this has given C9 the advantage. They just hit level 16, which is a good bit of a power spike. We see things like the crit attack on Chen when he does his flying kick, imposing presence, overdrive on Falstad there. The extra speed on Dimensional Shift from Tassadar. And Muradin has yet to pick. I'm going to guess he's going to go with the trait upgrade. Yes, he does Stone Form. That heals 50% of his HP over 8 seconds. It's activatable with a very large cooldown. Once again, another Dragon Knight. At this point, C9 has had very, very strong map control going into this. The first one that they took was it was very close, but from that point forward, they've had very strong map control, able to take these Dragon Knights that are going to get this mid fort and push even further.
Not really the target soldier wanted. They're hooking Zuna down for the Chen player, and honestly, it's just a losing fight as he can just brew up 4 days.
Of course, yeah.
And Dragon Knight has retained most of its health. It has 40 solid seconds left, so this fort is looking not a pretty bad spot, but Dread has respawned, and now they can attempt to take a team fight here. Level 16 has been achieved, and we do have a few talents to talk about those later, as this is going to be an initiation.
I mean,
SMD wants to
that's Muradin, and he can just hop right over the wall as soon as he gets out. There's no danger there.
What wall?
Haha. Haha, what wall, indeed.
This team was able to plow through it with relative ease here.
Yeah. And so we see SMG, they're posturing, they're just probably brainstorming ideas like, what can we do to get ourselves a favorable team fight? They need to come up with something. They have a lot of utility at their disposal, but what is the right combination of, do they rely a lot on the Ravenous Spirit to do that damage? I'm curious to see what they come up with.
Well, they've never really been at full force for any of these team fights, and Arthalon is just tanking so much for a Kerrigan, but not going to be enough. Matt Timmy getting very low as well, but Tranquility healing up quite a bit. Kenma is going to get super super low. Is he going to fall? No, living by the skin of his teeth. And look at this. Panda Pals are just going to have so much value escaping here. King Caffeine gets locked out, and he will fall.
Yes, he will. So that ends up being a 1-for-1. I will say that perhaps that isn't necessary. No, it's a pretty even team fight no matter how you slice it. Another 15 seconds before Kerrigan is back up.
I just want to reiterate, like, the first 2 team fights, Nazeebo wasn't there. The last team fight, prior to that, Dread died, got picked off before, so Dread wasn't there. So that was the first team fight where all 5 of them were actually there and not out of position like Soldier is right now, taking a ton of damage. He's going to fall almost immediately, and his team just has to back up.
Oh, and Dreadnought's out of position too. If they get wind of this and then move
he's
forward.
Dead. He's dead.
Yeah, he was trying to hide, hoping that they wouldn't come down to look for him, but they were keeping track of where he was. That Timmy trying to come in with a root, and it's just not going to help at all. And that's both of their tanks down going into this later portion of the game.
They have the composition with the hook. They want to be the ones getting the pick. But every single time, Cloud9 is just traveling as a group, and one person is out of position.
They're catching the spots. They're catching people out of position time and time again. This is why they have that level advantage going into it. They have the structures, more structures taken on their side of the map. They're pushing forward. They're going to take this. They probably will even get another Dragon Knight out of this.
Oh, they're going to get this Dragon Knight. There is no contest
no
of it. I mean, 2 members down. It's 5v3. They're suicidal if they even try to contest it. And Zuna is probably going to keep. We're at the 14-minute mark, so it's crazy. Well, all right, I retract my decision.
I mean, they're going to be able to poke in. After they're taking out this wall here, they'll probably rotate up to finish off that fort in the top lane. And it depends. If they pick up a kill or 2, they can probably push in and take the keep.
We will see. The Dragon Knight already losing about 20% of his health here, so it's going to be tough because the members are all back up. 5v5. Dragon Knight just kind of doing some fancy footwork there.
He's a good dancer, man. Did you know?
How about him from my party? And we can see the punt there going in on Arthwan. The hook on Zuna, keeping him away from that keep. They want to keep him alive.
Look at this. I didn't think they'd be able to do that.
So much damage, but look at Arthwan going and pulling him in. As soon as he gets the pull in, we see the Ravenous Spirit going down, just wreaking havoc on them. And Dread is in the front line. He misses his Howling Blast, kind of uncharacteristic, but keep did fall.
Is Zuna getting out? Yes, he does have Panda Pals.
He still should die here. They have enough lockdown that he should die. Because
his Q is available. He might be able to hop up to Knights. Hop over the wall? No, he doesn't have it. There's no way he's going to be able to get out of here, not with all of those stuns. Yeah, you were right with that call.
If he lived, that would have been a big misplay by us.
Yeah.
As slippery as Chen is, they've got way too much control, and SMG
Yeah,
is
so
not going to be able to steal this. But they're
my
goodness!
Are you serious?
Now the hook was there, but it's not going to get the kill. Defiant Storm trying to keep them alive, but Cappy and Kenma are
Look at
both
this.
so low. The Gorge, just
he's
for
going
the
to die.
insurance policy, make sure that we are covered, and they're going to move up and take this fort.
They take Knights.
They're
up.
Game, boys.
That's a 4-0 to hero. 4 hero kills to nothing for SMG. They're going to be able to take this fort very easily, and they will be able to put a ton of pressure on this top lane keep if they so choose.
Now, the race to 20 still in favor of Cloud9.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that is a big.
But that doesn't matter if all your heroes are dead.
It's true. It's true. But do they want to walk down the bridge of death?
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't take that into consideration. They may just rotate down, take the safe play, which happens to be standing in between 2 walls of the enemy team. They do take down that outer wall there and push back out from the outside.
Now, getting all these structures can give them a lot of experience, catching them up into levels almost completely, especially if they manage to take another fort. 2 members are still down from Cloud9, so if they decide to opt for this, great, but if not, it looks like they're just going for the safe play, which is the mercenary camp.
Yeah, they've just been sort of rotating out of the way. They still have another 10 seconds or so where they C9 isn't at full force. SMG is taking every advantage of that.
That Howling Blast just going...
Just the insurance policy blast. I like it.
The Geico Insurance Howling Blast. And again, this is going to be 20 will be achieved just about now.
Look at that. They just rotated around, took all the towers all the way down, took the camps, and they're both going to hit level 20 at the same time.
Just about here. SMG needs to get it. They need to kill these mercs. Once they kill the mercs, it should be enough here. They don't want to fight till they're 20, and there it is. We can look at the talent options here.
It's going to be triple resurgence versus double resurgence. Triple obviously going for C9 Maelstrom. They have it on Uther, Murden, and Chen. The other talents that were taken were improved Archon form. That's almost always a given. And actually, Bolt of the Storm for False Edge. Opt to not go with the upgraded damage and range on the Shock and Awe. And for SMG, we have double Resurgence on Arthas and Stitches, upgraded Ravenous Spirit for that extra speed and duration and range, and 2 Bolts of the Storm for Malfurion and Kerrigan.
Well, Zuna's going in hard right here. We see a lot of damage going down. KO backing up. He wants to be in the back line. When he casts his Ravenous Spirit, we see the big shock now doing a lot of damage, but Arthlon is getting stunned out, and he's going to be so low. But again, Tranquility has so much healing potential. It's just keeping everyone alive, but they're all so very low, and Kenma has to back up. KO way out of position though. He's pretty much a dead man. Did he even pick sprint? I don't think
yes,
he did.
yeah, he did take sprint. Okay. I don't know if he's used it yet.
What am I watching? Kenma is falling so low. Soldier in the front line will in fact fall to this,
yeah,
but still it's a 1-for-1 at this point in time. Arthalon, can you get out of this scenario?
Oh, it's going to be rough. Does he have the leap? All of the root goes down, and he does have the leap onto Arthalon. Is he going to be able to secure the kill? He just has a little bit of health left. He did not have Panda Pals available. King Caffeine is out of position now. Does he have the Howling Blast? He might still have leap off cooldown. Oh, Matt Timmy would have needed to land that root. He could. Oh, that stun was so clutch.
The Dragonite!
Oh, I thought. I was like, if it was their Dragonite, just comes up and slaps him in the face.
I was so hopeful. I was so hopeful, but it was a Cloud9 Dragonite. Dragonite, again, being controlled
this is their
by
fourth
Cloud9
Dragonite?
every time. So, yeah, the team fight went well, but look at Resurgence. All 5 of them are up.
Yeah.
That meant nothing.
That's the real story here.
Resurgence, so strong, maybe too strong.
Yeah, I mean, they're making a case for it here. They had such a large advantage in that team fight, but it almost seems to have not mattered. They're getting a ton of push here on this bottom lane.
Well, we see SMG trying to defend here, but all their hard work is...
hard barking work. Okay, and we see Dreadnought is moving in. He's got his Army of the Dead out. It's going to give him a ton of sustain, and KO is in the back line.
Zuna gets pulled back by his Stitches to secure this kill. He should not have his heroic available. Oh my goodness. Making the plays.
Wow.
He gets to the back line. He does have Panda Pals. I don't know if it was on cooldown to that last moment, but what a play either way. Biceps getting chased by the bolt forward, and then the attempt on the hook there. Nazebo actually sprinting forward as well, so that sprint's going to be a cooldown for Nazebo.
Yep. That's a good point, and we see a lot of C9 is just getting out of there.
Yeah.
Getting out, and that's, they had the push advantage with that Dragonite, and we see the SMG has turned the tables once again. The levels are very close. The push advantage is slightly actually no, it's quite a bit in advantage for C9. They've taken down everything but 2 keeps left, and SMG still has 5 structures to deal with on their side of the map.
Now SMG a little bit worried about taking those bottom knights, knowing it's a risky play. Cloud9 grab their giants, and they will likely grab these knights. Soldier just kind of keeping his eye open as they grab these giants, but once the giants are capped, I think, yep, they're going down here immediately.
Yep. Nice play, yeah, and we see SMG backing up here. They're taking their knights, their giants, and then they're going to probably rotate up and take their knights. That seems to be the next logical progression. Cleaning up creep waves as they go.
Looking at the keeps here, full health, and then on the side of Cloud9, it is nice
got a pristine-looking inside fort where the keeps are residing, so they are still sitting pretty in terms of structures.
Now these knights are being picked up, and then we're very likely going to see an initiation here in the middle of the map. Excuse me while I zoom in and out and in and out, and give you guys a rocky ride. But Soldier in the front line, King Caffeine poking around. He's going to look for that Dwarf Toss in. Just lock someone down as they go in for their approach. But Dread is looking for the...
Yeah, he's trying to get into that back line. I can understand that. They sort of need to look for an advantage. If they can pin people up against their keep, dealing extra damage and slow, that's a nice advantage to take.
In theory, like if Dread gets in the back line and he throws down his Frozen Tempest to slow everyone down, and they manage to get a hook on someone, he could get in a really good position.
Right.
But to execute that successfully is so hard. Now, Shrines in 2 seconds here. SMG just waiting for the bottom Shrine. Top Shrine, Cloud9 is sitting there for that as well. They're going to get this fort, which is nice. It'll put them back on a pretty even pacing here in levels.
Yep, actually almost exactly even going into level 22. They're going to continue to push forward. They might even try to scrape at this wall here, get a little bit more EXP. We see that C9 is responding. They are rotating down to deal with this. I imagine SMG is not going to push too hard.
Oh,
they're going in on Arthalon.
The Divine Storm, the shock and awe, but Arthalon bolts out of it, surviving to live another day. Zuna in the front lines. We have the Tranquility coming down here. Lots of healing. He's back at full health here, and Zuna should have Panda Pals available. There it is, but they all get rooted the moment they spawn and take a ton of damage.
I'm surprised they actually didn't go a little bit further forward. That was the Lightning Chen there that they could have grabbed and pulled out, and I guess, no, I take that back. Once you kill it, then the other ones take priority over
I don't know if
who
splitting up
responds,
here is safe. I really don't know if I agree with this decision because Cloud9 is going to be roaming as 5. They know the Dragon Knight is what they want. Look at Nazebo, completely split off from his team right now. This is a really, really scary
fancy-looking party
scenario
bush
for Cloud9, and they find him. He's sprinting. He's trying to get out of here, but they are on the chase.
Run, little man.
Soldier is going to try to hook him out of here, but he is dead. I mean, yeah, that was just such a scary call to make.
Okay, I mean, Matt
Timmy's
he's in a really rough spot. They have a lot of their SMGs super separated. Matt Timmy's going to get bursted down really fast. I just do not see this ending well for SMG.
Yeah, oh my gosh. It's like, I mean, Cloud9 is known for roaming as 5 in these kind of scenarios.
Right.
It's what they do. And the second I saw Arthlon going up and turn around, I was just like, oh my goodness.
I mean, this is a free rotation for them. They're going to get another Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
5th in a row.
Yeah.
And
uncontested.
20 minutes into the game, they've been able to take 5 consecutive Dragon Knights, and it's showing. Look at the structure situation here. They're probably going to get another keep out of this, considering that half their team is still down for another 20 seconds.
Yeah, 23-minute Dragon Knight.
This might even be game.
It could be. It's unlikely. It's not over yet,
yeah.
But it's not looking good. And if Dread dies right here, it's really not going to be good for them. He gets the Howling Blast, but Bolt is available, and we're not going to follow that.
This could be it. This could be C9 taking the tournament here. They're on match point right now. If they take this core down, they will be the victors of Kings of the Storm number 4. They're already down to 75%, 60%.
The Ravenous Spirit's trying to do work, but it's not going to be enough.
It's not going to be enough, and C9 Maelstrom takes it. Kings of the Storm number 4. The core has just fallen. That is it. Congratulations to C9 Maelstrom taking Kings of the Storm number 4. That's $150 to every member of their team. Nice job. Nice job to them.
I mean, yeah, honestly, they've made a huge statement with this victory. They 2-0'd SMG in the winners bracket, and then they beat them a solid 4-1, technically, in the grand finals.
It's a 2-1 still, so I mean, they've earned it.
But still,
yeah.
But back-to-back, the only team to ever defeat SMG here in Kings of the Storm, and they're consistent as being undefeated. They're the only team back-to-back champions when they
in terms of Kings of the Storm tournaments, Cloud9 Maelstrom has yet to lose. They are the champs.
They are.
We can call them the champs
They
now.
are the kings
of the storm.
As corny as that is. And, congrats to them. Huge plays. Various play styles. They didn't have their Nazebo trump card this tournament. They weren't playing Nazebo much at all. They played different styles. We saw Abathur on Blackheart's Bay.
Yep. They adapted well to that situation. They just had thrown at them. All of a sudden, like, oh, we're going to Blackhearts. And they picked up, as soon as they grabbed Abathur, I was like, that's really smart. He works so well on this map. So they've shown that they can adapt really, really well.
But one thing I want to say is the one thing that they really did, they drafted for Resurgence. Almost every game.
That's true.
They
the
Resurgences for Resurgence.
They made the late game a nightmare for SMG to deal with.
And, SMG played great. We saw some awesome games, and they will, in fact, be getting a good chunk of change as well.
True. That's very true.
So congrats to them on taking second place. We love watching you guys play, and we appreciate you guys playing in and all of our contributors to our prize pool here. Let's give them a shout-out once again.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see if I can do this off the top of my head. I believe it is Mr. Chia, Shane Gucher, Tickle Me Osmo, Kitten of the Storm, CS Steve, myself, and I'm missing one more. Choo-choo. Yes. I think that's everybody. That's so huge shout out to all you guys for contributing. I mean, it just shows that the community really loves it. They love the content that everyone's able to organize here and put together, and we get to watch these great games. So, and these teams absolutely deserve these prize pools. They deserve way more, honestly. And we're only going to see the scene grow as we move forward into beta, hitting January 13th. So
going into 2015, we're going to be really reaching out, trying to get more sponsors for this event, because as it is, it's community funded. But once we can get sponsors as the game goes into beta, we're going to be working actively to make that happen, guys. So look forward to bigger prize pools players, because we know you guys would like to have more opportunity, and we'd love to give you that. Everyone that's tuned in, everyone that's followed, subscribed, donated, and everything here to the stream, it is incredibly, sincerely appreciated. So thank you very much for supporting us and helping us grow the competitive heroes community. Mr. CS Steve, our tournament director, this guy works his butt off on both Kings and ESL every single week.
Did a fantastic job getting everybody organized, corralling everyone to get in their matches on time, to end in a very timely 10 hours. Considering the amount of matches we have, that's no small feat, of course. So, yeah, huge shout-out to Matt for putting all of this together.
Do you have any words, Matt? Would you like to come say some words?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Matt has signaled that he would like to come over and chat with us.
I don't have the mic set up.
You can just take mine for a second here.
Kubio, slide out. We'll get some epic music
Hello,
playing.
friends. How are you doing? Oh, that was a long day. So, obviously, thanks to these two guys for casting and doing all the good stuff. Jake for his production stuff, because he works for, like, I don't even know how many hours. 8, 20,000 million.
A lot.
100,000 years, who knows. He was relatively prepared, except for XSplit. But that's not on him. That's on XSplit, so it happens. My major shout-out that I want to give is to Beatrice Yoon, who designed our logo. And a huge shout-out for her for doing that. It's super awesome that she did that.
Look how pretty it is. Look how pretty it is.
You can see it on there. So big shout-out to her. Obviously, thank you to you guys who watched today, who tuned in, subscribed, followed Jake. We appreciate it. It helps us a lot. And yeah, like Jake said, we're gonna try to keep growing bigger and bigger, and hopefully you stay with us, and we'll get some more good games out for you guys in the future. So, if there's anything that you want to say feedback-wise, check out Reddit. I'm gonna be trying to put out a thread tomorrow with the replay pack. So if you're a caster, check out the replay pack. Just pull them out, put the Kings logo in your cast, and upload them. Show us what you got. So. That's it for me. ESL's tomorrow. Check that out. I don't know. Are you guys casting that? Are you doing anything with that?
It's a good question.
You're tired.
We'll let you know.
Tired,
we'll let you know.
Yeah.
We'll let you know.
So they might be there. They might not be. But ESL is happening tomorrow. So check that out.
Got some real life Chin Storm Cell happening after this to celebrate.
Yeah, we're gonna be celebrating today. This is a big day. Super big. Thank you to the people who donated the prize.
Oh, you guys, you have no idea how much it means to us. Everyone that supports everything we do here you're the best. You guys, everyone that even watches, like that's what. I mean, why would we do this if we're not getting viewers?
Right.
So we appreciate every effort. I think I'm good.
I'm good.
So guys, we're gonna say happy holidays. We guys hope you have a wonderful and safe holiday season over these next couple weeks. This is in fact going to be the final Kings of the Storm for the year of 2014. If you guys have never seen our podcast, if you're new to Heroes of the Storm, we do a podcast every Tuesday night called Town Hall Heroes. Kubi, myself, Shamtu, and Zoya do the podcast. Yeah, Kubi, get in here. Come, just make faces and stuff. Find your cat, actually. Find your cat. And you know, we do that podcast every single Tuesday night at 9 p.m. and on Thursdays we do a little show called Clairvoyance.
Yeah, we get together. We interview all the good people. We sit down with some cool cats. And we talk about all kinds of good stuff. We talk about the meta. We talk about the way that the team's developed and their history. And we chill with Maybe, which is cool. Yeah, she does her thing. So yeah, check that out. And everything that Jake just mentioned is on his YouTube. So if you want to go back and look at it, it's there. Give him a follow and a like and all that good stuff on all this quality content.
And the final shout out is just to Blizzard and the community manager team. They've worked really hard to even make what we do possible. They gave us a spectator client while the game is still in alpha, and they really support everything we do. We constantly have Blizzard CMs in the chat participating, watching the tournaments, and it's just super cool to see that much involvement from the company. So shout outs to pretty much everyone.
Shout outs to the world.
And guys, that's going to do it for us here at Kings of the Storm. We'll see you next time.